Well, hello, boys and girls. It's when I feel like 8 o'clock, and I got my red light going on here, going into some deep meditation as I try to bring out the pearls from the inner of my soul. Because that's what I do for you, boys and girls. My name is Pearl of Wisdom, and you're listening to my NHL Pearls of Wisdom. Um, I'm doing this with an old phone. I don't have much scratch. Don't have like computers and shit like that. So if you can subscribe and maybe start having a few bucks head my way, maybe I can put some pennies together, get myself a camera, and you can get some more fine programming. Yes. Okay, I just did one on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now I'm going to do the fall of the Pittsburgh Penguins and my disappointment in the fact that I chose Pittsburgh to win that series. Again, if you watch my video from that if you watch my video on the Pittsburgh New York Islanders series, I was split. I really had a. I'm really disappointed in myself because Pittsburgh is a team that lives and dies on Malkin and Crosby, and maybe to a lesser extent Murray and Letang. But Crosby isn't what Crosby was. Let's face it. This is the elephant in the room. Crosby is not the same player he was 3-4 years ago. He's starting to go down a little bit. And Malkin, on the other hand, he's getting a little older. But it goes to show a lot of people. I heard a lot of people say they would take Malkin over Ovechkin, and I totally disagree. I love Malkin's talent, but Malkin has it's almost like he has an anxiety problem or something like that. And him and Crosby together, whatever deficiencies they may have, and Crosby was hardly any one of the hardest working players I've ever seen. He uplifted him, and now that Crosby's starting to fade a little bit, it looks like it's kind of giving Malkin a little bit of anxiety to realize he's got to be the guy now, and that's really the issue in Pittsburgh. But more than that, it's not why I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed that I put a little too much faith on that duo, because they've done it before. For one thing, they shouldn't have beat the Washington Capitals. Last year they won the cup. They were outplayed. It's just that timely goal scoring you get from them. But if it were to fall away, which it did, they're in trouble. And if any team is going to have that fall away, it would have been the New York Islanders. Why? Because Barry Trotz is probably the best defensive system coach we've seen since maybe Jacques Lemaire, somewhere around there. He's fantastic. He knows how to set up his defensive system. You could put Hitchcock in there too. Defensive system to help their goaltending. Everywhere Trotz goes, his goaltending is good. You ever notice that? And a lot of times they'll say, "You show me a good coach, and I'll show you a good goaltender." Barry's turned that around because it doesn't seem to matter what goaltender goes on his team. He betters him being there seems to better the goaltending. But that defensive system he has is absolutely fantastic. You've seen it in Washington. They're still using it today. It's something that will always be there. I wouldn't doubt that the players in Washington were telling McCrimmon how Barry would set up his defensive system, and he went like, "Wow, I'm not going to do anything with that because it's fantastic." It's something that's going to hold on to for a long time. Barry Tortorella with the New York Rangers made the best shot blocking team probably that ever happened, and the effects are still there today. I should have known. I should have been more confident in the Islanders than I was. Sometimes I put too much stock on what it says on what it shows on the roster on paper, and not enough stock in the systems that are in place, which is weird because I'm a coach. I believe that a good coaching system is a lot of why teams win, and he's also a great motivator, fantastic tactician, and the players love him and they play hard for him. The previous video I talked about Tortorella and how he creates this like angst in the room that keeps people motivated. Where Trotz is not like that. He's a player coach. He's a lot like Cooper in the sense that he just makes you feel really good. But he still has a way of challenging his players, and more in the sense of challenging his players how to play a system. What's his name? Sutter, Daryl Sutter was a lot like that. He would say that if you stick to a system, if you stick to the system, the difference in talent from the other team to yours is evened out immeasurably. Not to mention the fact that the difference in talent in the NHL from team to team now, there's so much parity. It's not that much different. So if you've got a fantastic defensive system like that, you can get players to play that system. You can beat just about any team. And like I said, I'm kind of disappointed in myself that I didn't pick the Islanders to win that series. The fall of the Pittsburgh Penguins, this is going to be interesting because, and I've been saying this for a while, you can't trade Crosby apparently, but unlike many, I would have traded Malkin about 2 years ago and started not necessarily a rebuild, but I would have brought you could have got a really excellent package for Malkin a couple years ago and brought way more depth to that lineup, so they didn't have to go through what they may have to go through now. Rutherford is probably going to be let go either at the end of the season or now or at the end of next season, and they're going to have to go through a rebuild, and it's going to be a little bit painful. Maybe Malkin will have to go. I don't think they can just keep on trying to add free agents to keep this ball rolling now. It seems to be going down the other side. Could be wrong. Could have been. It could have been just an anomaly, and could have been some injuries there I'm not aware of. But their defensive depth is not good, and they've got guys that are playing in the bottom six that are really just good. Like if you they should be playing in the top six, and if you played them there, they're only 40-point players. So they've got to restructure everything. They're going to have to bring in, if they're not going to rebuild, they've got to rebuild their bottom six. They could use guys, and this is an awesome thing that Barry Trotz did. Look at the minutes for guys like Martin, Kuhnhackl, Zizekas. He played them 14, 15 minutes a night and got them to really beat down that bottom six as much as they can. One thing I got to say, why the hell did Sullivan not put Malkin and Crosby on the same line? In order to win in the playoffs, you got to have at least one weapon that's way better than the other one if you don't have a lot of weapons that are better than the other one. And one thing they could have did is put Malkin and Crosby, after you lose the first two, load up your front line and just play the shit out of them. That's what I would have did. This is running long. I got to go. Have a great day. Lots of love to ya. Subscribe. I'll give you a My NHL Pearls of Wisdom necklace sent to your door via helicopter. Have a great day. Lots of love to you.